Don't freeze up on me already. Don't go with potato can. Come on. Right. Now, there's nobody here yet, so I get to play around. Hey Josh. Let me know if you can actually hear me or not, because this is just on the laptop, so I'm not even sure if I'm going to be audible. We should see what happens. So if you could let me know in the chat if you can hear me. If you can't hear me, hey, there we go. Right, so as it's my first stream, apologies, it's going to be pants. So, hey Josh, hey Dan, hey Melvin. Put that down. I'll get a few kind of ground rules set. Yeah, as I say, this is literally just on whatever potato cam and mic is built into my laptop. Kind of decided to do it a bit short notice. Once I get figured out, I'll sort out a better webcam. So I know you don't really want to see me in higher def, but you'll be able to see the fish a bit better and hopefully hear me a bit better. So when I'm doing my videos, normally I'm using my actual camcorder rather than a webcam. So that would be the difference there. I have tried to keep everything else fairly quiet so you don't have a constant buzzing sound of air pumps or anything like that. So what we'll be talking about? Well, obviously, fishies and fish keeping. The other thing, obviously, models, scale models. That's the subject I'm probably going to be a lot better at answering questions on. Let's be honest. Hey, Candy. That's weird not seeing you on with a wrench next to it. Might have to sort that out. But yeah, so the models, obviously, I know more about that. I've been doing it a lot longer. About a lifetime longer. And then maybe some paranormal and weirdness and waffle and banter and any of the other stuff that happens across my mind. Let's say it's I'm going kind of for a 15 rating, which I think is PG-17 in the States. So yes, there may be some swearage. I'll try and keep things clean. Might get a bit weird, but there we go. So unfortunately, I can't really do anything about the sound at the moment. So this week coming, I will get myself a webcam. Just so that'll sort that problem out. There we go. That's about all I can do about that. This was mainly just to try it and see what would happen. And I've got to say, it's nice to see some people turning up. Say, if anyone's got any questions they want to ask me or anything like that, then I'll quite happily try and answer. So behind me, you can see that is the Fluval Roma 200, 200 litre, that is, not gallons. This thing is about 45 gallon. Everyone's happy and healthy in there. Just I'll get my hand in shot. That one over there a bit. There, that's it. That's the little 35 litre, or is that sorry, 25 litre, so 7.5 gallon, which is currently the Copper Harlequin, Celestial Pearl Danio, and Ram Tank. Just out of shot down there. So that one, yeah, the round tank is over that way. That's my little shrimp tank, 20-litre shrimp tank down there. So 5-gallon, just cherry shrimp. Parked right there is the Flex with the Flow Light Danios and the Longfin Super Red Bristle Nose, and the other tanks are over in the front room. So yes, did anyone have any questions for me? And so if you want to share it out anywhere, feel free. No, not beer. I don't drink beer anymore. Thank you, Candy. Let's see if I can figure this out. It just doesn't seem right. There we go. Now, Candy, I don't actually expect you to do anything. It just doesn't seem right not having you as a moderator. And Pam as well. You can be. Yay. Yeah, so yeah, that's better. It just doesn't seem right seeing Candy's name not in blue with a wrench next to it. So, what's the favourite fish I keep and the favourite fish I haven't kept? Oh, that's tricky. That's a good question. I think overall character, my current favourite is probably going to be Norman, the better. He's just such a character, and so he's always there, always says hello. Scares me sometimes when he decides to fall asleep on the bottom of the tank. I know my girlfriend Mary's favourite fish are the plecos. She just loves watching them eat, seeing their mouths go. Fish I haven't kept yet, I really don't know. So this flex that's right in front of me here, I'm looking to get a pair of checkerboard cichlids for in there with Dichrosis filamentosa. Other than that, obviously there's the best fish ever, which is surprise baby fish. You don't get better fish than those. The ones where you just look in the tank and go, what's that? Wow, fish! Hey, Banana Man's in the chat. That's John Stone, fellow modeler. We call him Banana Man because he made the fatal mistake of being caught eating a banana live in a hangout. Yeah, I'll say and as John Stone will know who Norman the Better is named after. Yes, it's yeah, he did have a falling out with the thermometer a while back. I have no idea why. He just started flaring at it and knocking it off the glass. This could get weird because we've got model peeps and we've got fishy peeps. So it could get interesting. And I will warn you, Candy and Pam, as you both mods. Some of my modelling friends might come in and start trolling. In fact, I'd be surprised if they don't. It's one of those things that's going to happen. But I'll keep an eye on the chat, and they're generally fairly, 15 or PG-17 rated in public. bit different when we're hang out on our own. It tends to get very sweary. But yeah, could well be a little cruder than the usual fish fam live streams. Well, it's gonna be. It's got me in it, and I think most of you know me well enough to know that if there's any mention of racks or bushes, that I can't miss out on those. Also, I don't know how long I'm going to be on, so I will look into getting a better webcam this week and then figure it all out how to make that work. Yeah, I can't help it, Candy. Hey, it's Scott. Howdy, Scott. If there's Scott, might be Liz, might be both. Thanks for turning up and sticking your nose in. And HC Aqua. Yep, Jesse. Thanks. Yeah. Well, give Liz a hug for me, Scott. You can have one too. And Alice. Oh dear, what's going on here? Everyone's turning up. Now I'm feeling honoured. Yeah. I'll say I'm usually not the greatest with names. So if you're someone I should know, and I call you by your YouTube name, let me know what your actual name is, because yeah, I mean, there are days I forget my own name. So, no joking. I've had days I've been signing paperwork at work when I was working, and signed half a dozen bits of paper and then just gone blank. Can't remember what my own name is to sign on there. And yeah, there will be smoking as well. As I'm not on someone else's channel, I can do what I like. He says. And it's just hand rolled. There's nothing green in there. But so while people are being kind enough to come out and support me, all of you, I'm chuffed. I've got 9 or 10 people watching. I'd just like to say, it's I try to watch as many of the live streams as I can, but given the time difference between the UK and the US, so with Scott, I think I do always watch you on the replay, but by the time you go live, it's like 2 in the morning here, and I've been pretty much unconscious for 2 or 3 hours by then, unless my insomnia kicks in. And that goes the same for all of us in the UK. We probably try and watch most of the streams. Hey, Alien World. But yeah, it's I thought it was about time we had a Brit or someone on UK time doing a live stream. I know we get Chris and B on a Sunday. I think Joseph was saying he was going to change to later again, so might not be able to make his streams anymore. And I figured this weekend would be pretty quiet, so I wouldn't clash with anyone. What with Aquashella being on. Oh, thank you very much, Alice. So it's I'm hoping the picture's coming through a little better on YouTube than it is on my laptop. Probably not, but it is a potato cam. Actually, they're hiding. Oh, is that? No, that's cool. There we go. There's Pam. That's Pam the credensis. Yeah, I mean, thanks to everyone who's actually, shown up and yeah, great name. Well, she did kill her husband, Pam, so it's kind of yeah. Went to bed one night. There was a mum and a male and a female in the tank. Got up the next morning. There was a female and about 100 fry with a dead male. So I think we know what happened there. Okay, they decided to breed in the tank I put them into to quarantine, which was a 5 gallon or a 20 litre. Oh, yeah, that's just a bad hair day, Alice. When I was younger, my hair used to be dead straight, and as I've got older, it's got curly. Definitely fatal, Daniel. We all love Pam. Those we all love Candy. We all love everyone. We're fish fans. Full of love. And it looks like the modelers have gone, oh my God, what have I let myself in for? And all disappeared. So, thank you very much, Scott. So, something I don't think. Sorry, Alice. I've got to have one vice. I don't drink anymore. Not alcohol. I don't do drugs anymore. None of them. So I've got to have something. Let me know, Daniel. I've got 83 of the little blighters in my grow out bucket at the moment, along with some random guppies that turned up. Yeah, we had to have our vices. You really think I sound like I'm from Liverpool, Scott? Well, yeah, exactly. Life's too short not to have vices. What's going to happen? You're going to live forever? Watch everyone you know and love die? I've got to get a better lighter. This one's had it. It really has had it. Tip: don't buy your lighters from the dollar store, people. But yeah, it's no, and I'm originally from a town called Bishop Stortford, which is just to the north of London, in what we call the home counties, or the posher area. And then I moved up here to Norfolk, which is the big lumpy bit sticking out on the east coast, when I was 11. And I've been up here ever since. Hey, Bob, thanks for dropping in. Yeah. So when I was born, I had curly blonde hair. Then it went black and straight. Now it's going grey and curly. So, you know. Yeah, I'm shocked. 10 people watching. I was expecting to be sitting here talking to myself for an hour. I can do that. That's not a problem. It's pretty much how I record all my videos. I just hit record and start talking, and then things happen. Yeah, as always, I mean, thanks for watching. Thanks for hitting the like buttons. I think you're all subscribed as well. Otherwise, you definitely wouldn't have got the notification. And yeah, thanks for everyone's support. Oh yeah, yeah, I know what angelfish can be like. Dorian had to go back to the shop after she started eating guppies, and then about 3 or 4 weeks ago, went back and she was back there again. The same with the psycho yo-yo loaches; they're still there. I think they've decided they should stay there now. Oh dear, I'm going to burp. At least I'll try and keep that quiet. That's Blackie's thing burping live. Good. I shall watch that when I get a chance, Bob. And I'll also say I do tend to watch everyone's videos, but I don't necessarily watch. Excuse me. I don't necessarily watch on the tablet or on my phone. I'll watch on the TV via the Xbox. And while I can leave a like, I can't necessarily leave a comment. And then it's remembering to go back to the video on the tablet and leave the comment. I do watch. I do hit the like, even if I don't leave a comment. Just let you know that. So, has anyone got any questions? No matter how random. Oh, well done, Bob. Up to 600. You'll soon hit 1,000. Quite how I got there, I have no idea. As I have 0 production values. As I said, I just hit record, start talking, then hit stop, and then upload it. It's that technical. Yeah, 400 subs more, Bob, and you'll hit 1,000. And then on YouTube, they'll probably change the limit and call it 2,000. No, I know, Pam. That can't have been anything I said. But yeah, so I'm pretty much open book. If you want to talk about anything, we'll talk about anything. Just don't get me started on religion or politics, because that won't end well. Oh, nice, alien world. 3 fishies are even, well, they're the second best fishies. Best fishies being surprise new baby fishies. I'll catch you later, alien world. Alice, it's 7 o'clock here, 7 o'clock in the evening, and it's just gone dark. So, if you were wondering what the time difference is to where you live, whether that be Alice, because we're probably 1 hour out, Alice, I think. You in Norway, say from the stateside, it's 7 o'clock in the evening here. Yep. Yes, but the thing is, I couldn't get much closer to you, Alice. Thank you very much. Yeah. If I got any closer, I'd have wet feet. I'm about 20 miles from the North Sea coast. Bob's going to get an anemone or an anemone for the cinnamon clowns. I'd love a salt tank, but not confident enough in my own abilities as a fish keeper yet to go salt. So I only started keeping fish last August. So in a year, I now have 6 display tanks, quarantine tank, and a grow up tub, and a pond. You can't say I do things by halves. Oh, I have just done a blackie. Oh, there go the nasal hairs. Yeah, give it a go, Bob. So if I can do it, you can do it. Uh, that is one of my DVD shelves. I have a large collection of DVDs. Nah, not games, Bob. No, no. I pretty much stopped computer gaming or console gaming when I started modelling. That sucks, Bob. We should have let people who are already doing it carry on doing it, I think. Do I play classic though? Classic what? Now about the only things I play on the console now are World of Tanks and World of Warships. It's again, that ties in with my model making. Can't really show any of them off because they're all in the dark at the moment. And I had to unplug the lights for those to plug in the tank that's sat down there now. um, yeah, I'll say it's of my two hobbies, fish keeping is the more relaxing, but I know less about it. So I'm learning more every time I watch something. Um, and now I'm getting Google coming up with notifications to tell me I'm live. Oh, yeah. Enjoy your nap, Scott. I don't blame you. Oh, yeah, that'll get confusing, Alice. Yeah, no, DVDs. I think I'm up to about 1,200 DVDs now. But yeah, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I know that feeling, Scott. I think I was up about that time as well. I didn't have to go to work, and I've had a nap or two today. I think I had 2 naps. But yeah, anyway, thanks for dropping in, Scott. Good to see you. And I'll watch your stream on Monday morning. Yeah, Scott does live streams. He's on after Susie Q is not our time, Alice. I remember it from watching their streams. It's 6 o'clock their time is Susie Q. 7 o'clock is Aquafunk. 8 o'clock is King Queen Cichlids. Which I think for us works out as something like 2, 3, and 4 in the morning. So yeah, I'll catch them all on the replay. So it's, at the moment, Alice, I have 6 display tanks. The quarantine tank that isn't set up at the moment because I don't have anything in quarantine, and the grow out bucket. It's a plasterer's bath, so it's basically a 40-litre bucket, right? 5 gallon, I guess you'd say. The rough translation from litres to gallons is 4. I mean, it's 3.78 litres to the gallon, litres to the US gallon. The UK gallon is bigger than the US gallon. But yeah, so Alice, you watch my last aquarium video, Midnight with Susie. Right, yeah, exactly. And I'm not a late night person. I'm not a morning person either, or a midday person. But, yeah, I do tend to need my sleep. Yeah, so you'll see everything. I went round. I showed all the foods I had. Yeah, that's probably actually. Yeah, I'm look at the colour. I think I may have died several years ago, and I'm actually a ghost. Um, but yeah, I did a fish room tour, as it were, Alice. I showed what food I feed and went round each tank as I fed it. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that I was found in a test tube at some point. Yes, I do, Alice. I have a small, which is glowing light. You can just see down there. That is my 20-litre Neo Caridina tank. They've just moved back into there from the Flex. Yeah, there's about half an hour in the mid-afternoon when I'm okay, Pam. Yeah, evenings, because I've generally just woken up from a nap. But yeah, so there's a Neo Caridina colony in that little tank there, which is a bit low at the moment, but they'll soon build back up. And somewhere in here, probably hiding, already out. No, they are all hiding. There are 3 bamboo shrimp in this tank as well. And I'm thinking about getting one of the African blue wood shrimp as well. They do get a bit big. But as the time of day, it just depends on when the energy drinks kick in. And oh, why did I decide to? Well, I figured because everyone in the fish fam is so nice that I wouldn't get absolutely slated instantly. Um, I think that people might be quite supportive, so that wasn't right. I was, as fishy people might not know, as part of the modelling side of things, I do take part in a live stream on a Friday night in the UK. It's generally 3 or 4 hour live stream, so I'm used to being in front of people live on camera. But it's most that, as I was saying, obviously I'll watch Pam, which is really early in the morning, and I tend to catch Joseph on a Sunday. But most of the other streams are in the middle of the night for us over here. So it's hard to actually watch. And there aren't really any English or British, European, that I've found really. There may be some, but there aren't that many live streamers. We've got Mark Shrimp Tanks, he does. And we have Graham with Aquarium Adventures, he sometimes does. And George Farmer. Now, George's streams just get so big that, you know, it's the same as watching one of Corey's streams. There's that many people, there's that much going on in the chat that you just can't get a word in edgeways. Great news, Daniel. Extra buried shrimp is always good. But yeah, it's just mainly to give the UK fish fam somewhere to get together and hang out. And I also thought I'd time it at a time where the American fish fam can also join in. There are people I'll see in one stream that I won't see in another, or vice versa. And it just seems the sensible time. A Saturday evening, 7 o'clock. Most people are around. I say over here at least, it's just gone tea time. So if people aren't going out, which let's be honest, most of us fish keepers don't really do going out too much. Most of us would rather sit and watch our tanks, I think. And it's a good time overall, I think, for everyone involved. Might just be late enough for the Aussies to join in as well. I think Rob Bull said he might drop in if he was awake in time. I think it's something like 5:15 in the morning for him. As I say, I just really thought I'd just give this a go, see what happened, and you know, I'll see if I can get hold of a better webcam during the week, figure out how to make it work, how hard I have to hit it with a hammer to make it work. And yeah, we'll take it from there. hopefully it'll grow. I'm not fussed about getting subscribers or getting the hours or being professional. Or I'm just here because I enjoy making videos. I enjoy sharing knowledge. I enjoy learning things from other people's videos. So I take the knowledge in. It's only fair to either give it back if I can. It's give and take. I'm never going to make. Yeah, it's one of those things. I'm never going to make enough money off YouTube to make it a job. I don't think any of us are really, in all likelihood. Say my channel is over the magic numbers to get the monetization, but for the amount I've made, it's just not worth the hassle of doing it. By the time YouTube have taken their share and the taxman's taken his share, it might cover the electric bill, but no, it's still the first one, Alice. It keeps going out, so I keep talking. I'll say, I figured I can randomly waffle for long enough if no one's asking anything or turning up. But, and yeah, no new injuries. Well, nothing serious anyway. A few minor bumps and scrapes, but and so I hear that everyone is now either at Aquashella or on the way. Thankfully, it will be typical that tropical storms and really bad weather decides to turn up just as everyone wants to get on a plane. But I hope everyone has a good time. Everything goes well. Amber doesn't have to rant at anyone about betters. Hope Haley has a good birthday. Joseph doesn't get in too much trouble, and everyone else gets on well, has a good time. We don't have much like that over in the UK. There is one that is, I think there is one convention in Birmingham, and again, US distances, it's nothing. But it's like 6 hours for me on a train, and I get train sick. So it would be, it'd be a case of having to go down there the day before, book in a hotel, do the convention on the day, stay another night in a hotel, and come back the next day, which is a bit much. And I don't do well in crowds either. I've done a couple of conventions, and the older I get, the worse I get with crowds. When I was younger, I'd quite happy to go to rock concerts and all that kind of stuff, but football matches these days, no, it's too many people for me. Yeah, damn, it's been 40 minutes already. Wow, that's gone fast. Anyway, so has anyone else got any questions they want to ask me? Is there anything? If Pam's still here, I know she's got something she want to ask me. Probably something perverse or strange. Or I'm going to start telling ghost stories and scaring Candy again. Oh, God. I could just sit here and dislocate my shoulder. That'd be quite entertaining, I suppose. Or start cracking my knuckles, which is always a bad idea. yes, much like Haley, I've broken every single finger and thumb at least once. Most of my knuckles too. They actually just crack when I do that. Oh, come on, don't be shy. I got thick skin. I come from online gaming, so I take a fair bit of. I do know of Mark's Aquatic Alice. I've watched some of his videos. Um, it's, uh, it's it's one of those things. What I find, the people I enjoy watching more on YouTube or TV or radio. No, he's the other side of the country, Alice. He's down near Wales, or he's in Wales. So he may have been my neighbour at one point because I did live in Wales for a short period. Um, oh, thank you very much, Bob. I'll hang about a bit, see if anyone else turns up. Um, but yeah, what I find is I like to watch something that is presented in a way that I'm going to learn things. Ooh, excuse me. Either learn or be entertained or both. Now that therefore means I have to like the personality of the person presenting. Now, this is going to be pot kettle black territory because not everyone enjoys everyone. For example, and I don't know the guy, so I'm not going to slate him. Joey, King of DIY. Yeah. Warwick got sent back. He's on his way home now. Bob. Yeah, I'm safe again. But yeah, I'll say the King of DIY, Joey. Million subs or whatever he's got now. All power to him. But his style of presentation leaves me a bit cold. I don't know whether it's the Britishness in me. Anyone calling themselves the king, we instantly go, we shall see about that. Or what? But, don't get me wrong. The guy knows what he's talking about. Very successful YouTuber. Just doesn't necessarily appeal to me. And there are people I watch who I love watching that have got hardly any subscribers because people don't get their sense of humour or their way of being or their ideas. I like to have my ideas challenged. I like to expand my mind, as it were. So I'll watch anything from guitar building videos through paranormal stuff or fishy stuff or modelling stuff or ABE, the Canadian tool tester. Definitely not a PG channel. Very funny, check him out. And another one that I found recently was Crime Pays but Botany Doesn't. And again, very sweary, but he's entertaining and knowledgeable, and gets it across well what he's talking about. I mean, it was the great Terry Wogan. Probably everyone on the planet knows who Terry Wogan is. Who's if you don't, he was a massive radio DJ. And when he was asked in an interview one day why he presented the way he presents, he said that someone once told him you have to be, you're talking to the person. You're not talking to 2 million people. You're talking to that one person that's listening right now. You're talking to them. And you've got to connect with that one person. Now, if you can make 2 million people think you're talking to them and connect with them, you're there. and I kind of took that to heart, which is, you know, my thinking on presentation style anyway. So oh, I think I've heard of that bridge, Daniel. Is that the one they keep jumping off the side of? People will walk them across it, and the dog will literally just jump off the side of the bridge. I think I'm trying to remember the name of it, but yeah, I think I've heard of that. It was on a most haunted roads in England video I was watching the other night, or the British Isles. I think it's in the UK. Um, that's a really easy way to offend people around here. Yeah. Don't call someone from Northern Ireland Irish. Don't call someone from Southern Ireland English or British. Um, yeah, it can get confusing with the Bob. They literally, I don't know what it is. Whether it's they think the ground is the same height the other side of the wall, but they literally, I shouldn't laugh, but it is kind of amusing. They literally just jump off the side of the bridge. Yeah, yeah, it's one of those things. Maybe for another stream to discuss my thoughts on the paranormal. Um, you know, don't want to scare Candy. Um, yeah. Actually, I hope Caleb's doing okay, Candy, as well. He seemed fine the last I saw him and heard of him, but you know, as long as he's doing well. Oh, hang on. Blown like Daniels are going crazy. They're just having zoomy time at the moment. Because I'm sat here and they've not been fed yet. That's what it is. Yeah, well, fist bump for Caleb. Hey, Cody, son. Good to see you. I'm probably not going to be much longer because I say I have got to feed the fishies, and that takes a little while. As you all know, yeah, Barton Rock, that's the one. Yeah. But if you have a look at Black Shuck, I'll stick that in the chat so you can actually, in case my accent messes it up. If you look Black Shuck up on YouTube, there's plenty of fairly short videos. But yeah, I have actually encountered that creature. Oh, yeah. At the moment, my favourite fish is probably Norman, my better Alice. He's a red and blue rose tail. He's a grumpy old bugger, but he's friendly, and he's a complete wuss. Yep, he's a better. He was originally in a tank with some neon tetras. Yep, Black Shuck, the dog of death, Daniel. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've encountered that thing. It's a fairly common spot around here as well. Yeah, Norman the better. He started out. I went into the shop, and of all the betters they had, he was the one that came to the front of the tank to say hello. Yeah, it could well be my Wi-Fi, my potato cam, anything. I'd expect the problem's more likely to be my end, Alice. But yeah, so Norman actually came and actually swam up to the front of the tank to say hello, and he was the prettiest one they had. So I got him. He started out in a tank with some neon tetras. and they bullied him, beat him up. So they got taken out of the tank, and they actually got put in here. There's still one left in there. Then he got over that, his things all healed up, and then the fatties started beating him up. And so I ended up having to take him out. And hi Ed, good to see you. Yeah, so Norman now lives on his own with some nerite snails and some cherry shrimp. He gets on fine with nerite snails, but he is scared of the cherry shrimp. He will sit there and stare at them so that he, don't you come near me, you stay over there. He's like the softest bear there is. If I put a female in with him, the female would probably beat him up. Although he does keep making bubble nests, and I feel really bad when I have to do a water change or Phil, Sergeant Bones. How you doing, buddy? Yeah. Stronk Fischkis, Conrad. Da. Where was I? Yeah, so Norman the Better, the world's wussiest better. Kind of like the real Norman. Bones, yeah, Sergeant Bones there, Bill, he'll know exactly what I'm talking about with Norman the Better. He knows exactly who he's named after. I keep looking to see if Ginger, the little long fin super red bristle nose, has come out, but she's still hiding up. 42, 42. That's only just above freezing, isn't it? Jeez. Yeah, winter's hitting early there, Candy. Yeah, there's high teens, low 20s here still in the UK. Snowing. Oh, oh man. Yeah, we've been having thunderstorms. I've shut the back door so you don't hear any annoying noises from outside. And I'm starting to overheat. And I've got shorts and t-shirt on. Dang. Yeah, that's ludicrous. You're not actually any further north than I am, are you, Candy? I think you're actually further south, if anything. They're just upsetting everyone going, yeah, I'm just thinking about getting in the pool. Well, I'll send you a hug to warm me up a bit, Candy, if that helps. If not, just break out a blanket. Yeah, it's weather's kind of been like that here too, Phil. It's been 1 minute be nice and sunny, and then the next minute honking down with rain and thunder. And annoyingly, just last week or so, I think it's been like this. Where pretty much any time I go outside is when it decides to rain. I went for a walk yesterday just for a bit of exercise. And I was only out for about an hour, but it was like when I was half an hour out, it decided torrential downpour. So I got absolutely soaked. It's never going to start raining just as you leave the house or just as you get close to home. It starts raining as you're far away as possible. Well, You've got to have at least 1 week a year where it's not raining, Daniel. You know? Yeah. Yeah, Florida weather just at a more comfortable temperature. Let's put it that way, Bob. Um, I'm, I say last winter, it was actually this winter, because it's still this year. But I was basically working outside. It was, you know, a lean-to. It had a roof and 3 walls, but it was -10. I was still in a short sleeve shirt. Short sleeve shirt and plenty warm enough. -10 degrees C, which is, yeah, I can't figure that out. Just be glad you couldn't hear the wind earlier here. And yeah, that's why Zach's not been in the house all day. He walked in, heard the wind, and walked out again. Yeah, I get that one. Yeah, sunglasses, body warmer, and umbrella. Yeah, it's that weird time of year in the UK where it can be hot and sunny, it can be freezing cold and blowing a coolie. What does they say? If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. Ooh, oh, Ginger's out. Nope, no, she's hiding again. Hopefully, as she gets used to being in there, she'll get a bit bigger and get a bit braver. She's got plenty of hidey holes and 2 chunks of driftwood, plenty of plants. And the right snails are doing a really good job of eating all the algae. Bearing in mind that was a shrimp tank for 6 months. There was a lot of algae in there. Algae? You got me talking American now. It's algae, not algae. I hear algae, I think of algae. Yes, algae. Um, the hair algae on the back of the tank got that thick at one point. I was thinking about combing it. Um, there's big patches now where there's none at all. That's just 4 narrow snails and 1 baby bristlenose. It's, yeah, I know, Candy. It's one of those things where historically I've watched a lot of American TV, watched a lot of American movies, watched a lot of American YouTube, and it kind of sinks in, and you find yourself using American phrases and pronunciations. Aluminium rather than aluminum. Now, duraluminum is correct, but aluminium is also. Because, I mean, you don't say titanium, do you? You say titanium. Or, mind you, that might explain why it's called American rather than Americium. I'm not going to say the obvious there, Ed. Yeah, it's, now, Bill, I'd never call you a bloody Yank. I'd call you a lot of other things. Oh, Dan, kebab and chips. Oh, you might have to actually explain what that is. chips being fries, big fat ones, and then kebab meat is pretty much just whatever meat it happens to be that they had at the time: cat, dog, horse, camel. Yeah, you know, Bill, I tend to just call you comrade. And it's your fault I'm building that blooming Marder 3 at the moment. You built that with the King target, so I felt bad for you, so I had to build something German as well. Yeah. Thanks for watching, Dan. Thanks for enjoying it as well. See you later, buddy. And hopefully I'll be back this time next week as well. So I won't hang about much on it. Okay, come on, Alice. Oh, Warwick. Yeah, it's I figured I might have to explain that to some of the non-fishy peeps. Warwick is a character, as it were, in one of my friends' videos. It's basically my friend Paul wearing a wig, fake bad teeth, and pretending to be an absolute idiot. So I staged that he'd escaped and was licking the windows of the old people's home while wearing a Grim Reaper outfit. It's a bit of an in joke. Yeah. You watch the. I'll type it in the chat in a moment. Yes, this is the second cigarette, Alice. It's been an hour, okay? And my light is definitely dying. Hi, Jesse. Oh dear. Yeah. Sometimes we have to deal with family. I don't, but that's a long story. Yeah. You click on. Oh, pardon me. Channeling Blackie. So if you have a look there, Alice, just what literally just the start of the videos, first couple of minutes or so, you'll see Warwick, and the last one will make you laugh. So, yep, yep. I've actually had that with Nerite snails, Bill. I found one on the floor the other day, managed to just completely crawl out of one of my. You might not know the tank, but the Flugel Flex. And he managed to crawl right out of that and down the back, down the bookshelf, and onto the floor. Luckily, I didn't step on it. No, but I've not seen anything in Shelby Ray lately either. I'm sure some Candy or Pam probably has her on Facebook. Sometimes real life gets in the way. No, so it's one of those things you don't necessarily notice people aren't there until you think, hang on, I haven't seen such and such. No, yeah, hopefully she's okay. Nothing serious going on. I was kind of getting a bit worried about Taylor at Simply Better. now we know why she went quiet. And congratulations to her. Understandable. So, providing I get a better webcam, would people be up for me doing this? Probably going live either. Yay! Like, would people be up for me doing a live stream on Saturdays at 6 or 7 o'clock if I carried on doing it? And get it all figured out. I mean, don't expect flashy graphics or adverts or anything like that. It will just be me sat in front of the camera waffling. My modelling friends can join in, my fishy friends can join in, paranormal feats. We can get some kind of weird combination going. Tank models haunted by fish ghosts. That would be weird. What census would that be, Bob? Who else were you watching then, Alice? Was Mark Shrimp Tanks on as well? So, anywho, I tried not to sort of cross over with anyone, but I didn't see a notification come up that he was going to go live. Yeah, I know where he is. I was about to go live. Yeah, I've thought about doing that, Bill. And that is the thing, is making sure the paints aren't toxic. And thank you very much, Kay. I will be getting a better webcam mic thing for next time. This was just a first go, see if I could actually do it. Actually, Kay, was it you I met at George Farmer's talk in the forum? Again, I'm bad with names. Ah, yeah, it was. Alrighty ho. I'll try and remember that. I'll send you a friend request on Facebook. It's not real often actually get to meet a fellow fish keeper in the flesh around here. Yeah, I did watch that video back, and technically I'm in it. You just about see my hands a couple of times in the back of my head. But anyway, so it's still there. Yeah. And I would take my hat off, but I don't want to scare everyone, because I really do need a haircut. There you go. Look. Yep, you're welcome to try that, Kay. It's not something I've tried. I did manage to successfully post some shrimp the other day. Not shrimp, snails. Figured that would be the easiest thing to send. But yeah, so I'll look you up on Facebook, and yeah, Neo's is all I've got, Kay. Other than the bamboo shrimp, I've just got a Neo. Yeah, my name is John. Alice. My surname is Sharp, so my nickname for most of my life has been Sharpie or Wookie. Thank you very much, Mary. And to those who don't know, that's Mary, my absolutely wonderful, awesome, and lovely girlfriend. How she puts up with me, I don't know. Hello, Dad. It's pretty close. Yeah, I know, it's weird. I've been going nearly an hour and a quarter now, and it doesn't feel like it. She's not just a fantasy candy, she does actually exist. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those. I don't use my real name, Alice, for one very good reason. Um, in Australia, a while back, there was someone who murdered their whole family. Give Tony a fuss from me. He's the best rabbit ever. Um, yeah, so there was in Australia a chap who murdered his entire family. Now, unfortunately, when you do a Google search for my name, I've got the same name. So, yeah, it can cause problems online. Having the same name is basically a serial killer. No relation, not that I'm aware. But yes, so that's why I don't use my real name. I did use it on Xbox Live. I'd be playing online and I would be getting bucket loads of abuse, not realizing why until I actually looked into it and found out that I do share a name with said murderer. I think there was actually a movie based on it as well, which didn't help. Yeah, and I ain't using my middle name because that's Welsh. Yeah, it says a lot, really, doesn't it, when you share a name with a murderer? But, yeah, I'll say it's one of those things where there's also that little bit of anonymity behind it as well. Like Sharpies is my surname being Sharp, uh, just the nickname Sharpie. Um, so yeah, I think it's a UK thing where we tend to call each other by our surnames. Um, and then it's not the full surname; it's either an abbreviation or some kind of adjustment of it. So, I mean, you know, so if I'd have been at school with Bob, Pam, Bob would have just been called Kayla. It wouldn't have been called Bob. Even the teachers. Um, Pam wouldn't have been called Pam and wouldn't have been called Early Wine. She'd have been called Wino. You'd have probably been Hallie. Okay. holiday. Kay's a nice, easy one to say. I think it tended to be more the boys did it than the girls. To the point where I've had people I went to school with send me friend requests on Facebook, and I've not known who they were because I couldn't remember their. No, no, I don't walk around in other people's skins very often, Ed. What do you think I redid the pond? Yeah, I'm in England. Yes, so's Kay. Kay's actually even closer to you than I am, Alice. Kay's right up on the coast. If it weren't for the curvature of the Earth, you could probably see Norway. Yeah. It's just so we can get as far away from the Welsh as possible, Kay. That's all it is. Oh, you have my sympathies for that, Alice. I've been, yeah. It's not a good place to go to, London. On the actual real centre of London that's okay. I mean, it's massively crowded. As soon as you get outside the real centre, yeah, it's not a good place to be. Norfolk's a far better place to be. And the biggest city is Norwich, and in comparison, it's tiny compared to places like London. It's I live in one of the larger market towns, Attleborough, and I am right in the middle of town, and it's about half a mile to it's about half a mile in two directions to pure countryside. It used to be in all the directions, but the town's getting bigger these days. Yeah, I've got Welsh in my family as well, Kate. Yeah, the land that time forgot. Everything happens at a slower speed in Norfolk. For younger people, it's probably quite a boring place to live. As you get older, you appreciate the quiet, the calm. It's when you get the outsiders move into Norfolk and start complaining about mud on the roads, or they can smell chicken farms, or the farmers have been muck spreading and they complain about the smell. So, well, you move to the countryside, what do you expect? Admittedly, where I am is not great for me, but I have hay fever, and at certain times of the year we're completely surrounded by oilseed rape fields. But, yeah, I do like Norfolk. I take the mickey out of it. I join in with the webbed feet, six fingers kind of jokes, but I defend Norfolk. Yeah, but that's not Norfolk people though, is it, Kate? That's weirdo outsiders. And don't get me started on Brexit, Alice. Guy Fawkes had the best idea. Yeah, well, see you later, Bob. Enjoy your anemone. Hope to see a video on that soon. And yeah, I'll be on again at some point. I was definitely in the Nay camp, Alice. Yeah, these on backwards. Yeah, I mean, it's The one thing we had is we could take the mickey out of American politicians, and then we got what we've had the last few years. And to be quite honest, Donald Trump doesn't actually look that bad in comparison. At least he gets stuff done. And what is it now? 3.5 years, and they still can't decide what's going to happen. So I think I'll give it another 10 minutes. We'll call it an hour and a half. That's plenty long enough for me. At some point, I might go for a saltwater tank, but once I'm more knowledgeable, it'll take a lot of research and a new tank. Yeah, exactly. I say he's not a politician. You know, before he became Lord Mayor of London, he was most famous for falling over and headbutting someone in a charity football match. You know, but hey, yeah, he's basically Trump-like. Uh, Although, admittedly, in the UK, we can get rid of people a fair bit easier and quicker than they can in the US. Lying to the Queen generally is a bad idea. Walking out on the Commons is a bad idea. Yeah, what's up with his hair is um, he's got whoever Donald Trump apprentice hairdresser was. That's what's up with that. We got as far as the cutting it, but never figured out how to do the hairspray. That's what's happened there. Well, yeah, we most of us speak English. There are so many different sub dialects. We've got three Stooges, Kate. We've got Johnson, we've got Blowjo, as it were. We've got Fag Rage, and we got Corbyn. You know, that's a Hobbes's choice if ever there was one. The good, the bad, and the ugly. See no, hear no, speak no. I wouldn't trust any of them to run for a bus. Yeah, the Tank Museum, that is cool. Bombington. Yeah. And, yeah. It's, what has, oh, God. Well, I mean, you got Trump, Johnson. There's always a good old standby of whoever it is. Not Chow Yun Fat. Kim Jong Un, that's the one. Uh, or Vladimir Putin. And you don't have to say Mickey. You have to change that name when the name is Putin. You know, that says all you need to know. Yeah, I do too, Ed. Bovington is superb. I've got a couple of small tank museums up near me. There's one in or just outside Long Stratton, and there's the Aviation Museum at Flixton, which is a few miles away from there. And then up on the north coast, we've got the Norfolk Tank Museum, which has got the haunted C-34 in it. And Fry are all doing great chaos. As far as I know, I've still got all 83 Crebensis and however many guppies there were. I've got some new guppies. I had that bucket set up. I thought I'll chuck them in there for quarantine for a week or two. I'll, they'll do their quarantine. I'll cycle the tank and I'll chuck them in there, which is what the guppies are. You can see in there if you can actually pick them out. And yeah, all the females decided to drop fry in the quarantine bucket. So not sure what to do with them yet. They're either going to be given away because I haven't really got anywhere for them, or they're going to be fish food for someone else. But at the moment, I don't actually have any cichlids either, so I think about the only fish I've got that would eat them at the moment. Oh, I do have one cichlid. I've got mummy ram, but the only fish I've got at the moment I think would actively hunt the guppy fry is the larger rainbow that's in here. So I bought as a Bozemanii, but I don't think he actually is, or she, whichever. And Pam and Cribby are in there as well. I've got plenty of guppies, and whether they're mutts or pedigrees, I don't bother. Let's see. What I do with a tank that's got guppies in is I always make sure I've got something that's predatory in there, just to keep the numbers down. That's a 200 litre Alice. It's the Fluval Roma 200 with the filter that come with it, the U4. It's running that and a sponge filter, and back in that corner is one of the old-fashioned box filters. Yeah, 200. I figured while I'm running an air pump in there, I might as well just attach a filter to it rather than just an air stone and get extra use out of the air. Don't worry, Alice. As people said, the sound's a bit sketchy and my accent's probably a bit sketchy as well. I do tend to drop letters. Yeah, it's a good sized tank. You can do pretty much whatever you want with it. That's one of the things I have noticed is one of the big things I've noticed is this difference in sizes of tanks in the UK and probably Europe compared to the US. We tend to have much smaller tanks. Over here, that 200 litre is considered a large fish tank. It's basically a 40 breeder. And I hear people going about 75 gallon, 125 gallon. It's just a normal size tank. I have a rack of 40 breeders. Our houses generally, especially the newer build ones, just aren't big enough to have bigger tanks. Just be glad I haven't got anything flammable with me, Alice. Just be glad I'm actually using a cigarette lighter and not a blowtorch or something. I've done that in the past. Yeah, still got 11 people here. Oh. Well, I'll see you later, Alice. I'll see you probably in another stream. If not Mark's, then Pam's. So have a good time at the party and enjoy your shower. I'll try not to think about that. And we're getting up to the hour and a half mark now, so I'm probably going to make a move. So, thank you very much, Alice. So what I'll say is I will say thanks everyone for tuning in and watching. It's been a nice surprise. If Lucas is live, everyone bugger off to watch Lucas. He's far more interesting. He's got far more knowledge and a better picture and sound quality. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bugger off and watch Lucas. And I'll say, I missed him. I'll watch the replay anyway. So, yeah. Bye, Dave. Thanks, Ed. And yeah, I'll catch you all next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for clicking the like and all that good stuff. And enjoy your weekends. Bye.